10 fragrances, springtime, guys. Designer scents that will definitely work for you in spring. Make sure to stay tuned. How's it going, guys? Welcome to Scentsense. As always, I'm Joshua. And to all my loyal subscribers and viewers, thank you so much. And to all you new people who are watching, make sure to subscribe so you can come back and watch more. Today we'll be talking about 10 fragrances that I'll be wearing during the spring. This is in no way, shape, or form my favorite 10 spring fragrances of all time. These are 10 fragrances that are designer that I'll be wearing this spring. Starting off the list at number 10 is a fragrance that's often compared to Tom Ford's Neroli Portofino, but a much better price. The fragrance we're talking about at number 10 is Ferrari's Bright Neroli. Ferrari's Bright Neroli, like I said, gets compared to Tom Ford's Neroli Portofino quite often. It's very fantastic in the fact that it's very linear and it's very much Neroli. You're gonna get some other floral notes and there is a little bit of citrus in it, but what I mainly get is that fresh Neroli scent. On a nice, cool spring day, this will definitely perform well. So far, I'm loving it. I just recently got it, but it's definitely one that I'll be wearing for the spring. At number 10 is Ferrari's Bright Neroli. Coming in at number 9 is an often overlooked fragrance. It's one that I'm starting to reach for more and more. I think it will work perfectly for date nights. This is definitely a great fragrance for dressing up, a great sweet fragrance, and in my opinion, a very seductive fragrance. The fragrance we're talking about is Stronger With You by EMPORIO Armani. Stronger With You EMPORIO Armani is something that I find harkens to PACO Rabanne's 1 Million, Versace Eros, but I find it's a little more refined and sophisticated. I find that if you wore Versace Eros when you were 21 to 25, you'd wear this if you're 26 to 35. I find that this is a perfect fragrance for that sweet, alluring fragrance you'd want to wear for a date night with your special someone. Definitely reach for it for those occasions, and I think it'd be great for you in those, guys. Again, that's Stronger With You by EMPORIO Armani. Coming in at number 8 on the list is a fragrance that I think is the best from the JARDIN line from HERMÈS. It's often overlooked for Sur le Nil, which is the most popular one. This fragrance that I really like that I'm talking about at number 8 is JARDIN MEDITERANEE. I don't know if that's how you say it. It loosely translates to in the garden of the Mediterranean. You're gonna get a lot of wild fruits. You're gonna get this, there's just no other way to say it. I get this vibe of sitting in a beach hut somewhere, drinking a drink out of a pineapple or a coconut that's been freshly chopped by a guy with a machete. It's fantastic. It is weaker in the projection area and it is weaker in the longevity area, but I find you're gonna get 4 to 5 solid hours out of this. You might have to reapply it, but guys, it's fantastic. I find it like an alternative to maybe Virgin Island water or something of that nature. It's very well blended and I definitely reach for it. I love this fragrance. Again, guys, HERMÈS is JARDIN MEDITERANEE. Coming in at 8 is one that you will see in every single one of these lists. You're gonna hear raspberry, you're gonna hear dryer sheets, you're gonna hear fresh out of the laundry, you're gonna hear these things, you're gonna hear original Santal. You already know exactly what I'm talking about. Coming in at number 7 is Mont Blanc's Individuel. Mont Blanc Individuel is a fresh fragrance. I don't need to tell you something that you don't already know, but for people who haven't seen anything about this before, and maybe this is the first time you've heard of anything about this fragrance, it's a very strong, long-lasting, very fresh, laundry-like fragrance. You're gonna smell like your clothes have been washed in 14 pounds of laundry detergent. You're gonna smell very clean, and if that's what you want to go for on a spring day where you're in the office and you don't want to be offensive, this would be a fantastic fragrance. I think that this fragrance is probably the best from the line. This is a fantastic fragrance if you're looking for something for the office and for that daytime wear. That's Mont Blanc's Individuel. Coming in at number 5, guys, is a fragrance that will be overlooked all the time, and you'll find that that's gonna be kind of the trend in this list. Often AQUA is reached for, number 1 from the line. And now there's a trend ever since James brought up Atlantique. Even though Bradley brought it up much earlier, no one wanted to listen. James has got you guys buzzing about it. But this fragrance that I'm gonna talk about is my favorite from the line. I'm kind of this guy when it comes to fragrances and movies. Usually, number 1's the best. Not always, but usually. Coming in at number 6, guys, is Bulgari's Aqua. Bulgari Aqua is the very first from the line. It's got a salty vibe to it. It gives it more of a sharper edge. I call it the blue fragrance craze. It's gonna have that every Joe guy smell to it. It's definitely a dumb reach. It's something that I would wear when it gets warmer. It's got this, like I said, the salty vibe to it, but it also has that vibe of like a Versace Pour Homme or a Bleu de Chanel, and the fact that it's just that fresh blue fragrance. I find that this one is vastly overlooked, and in my opinion is definitely the best from the line. You should definitely check it out, guys, and it's dirt cheap. You can have this for under $35, and this is a 3.4 ounce bottle. I love this juice, guys. Definitely check it out. That's Bulgari's Aqua Pour Homme. At the number 5 fragrance, I couldn't decide between the two of these because I knew that one of them would definitely be in the list, so I just decided to put both of them. The very first one has been my signature scent for a very, very long time. I've worn it for my first date with my wife. I wore it on the day that I proposed. I wore it on our 1-year anniversary. I wore it at our wedding. I wore it the day my daughter was born. As you can see, guys, it's got a scent memory. The fragrances we're talking about are Versace Pour Homme and Versace's Dylan Blue. Versace Pour Homme and Versace Dylan Blue do a lot of the same things. Versace Pour Homme is definitely, in my opinion, signature scent worthy. As you can see, guys, it's kind of low on the juice. It's about 50% there. It's probably my most worn fragrance because you literally just grab and spray. You don't have to think about the occasion. Dressed up, dressed down, suit and tie, t-shirt and flip-flops, it doesn't matter, it'll work. And Versace Dylan Blue definitely does the same thing. The only difference is Versace Dylan Blue leans more towards the newer craze of easy-to-wear fragrances that have ambroxan in it. This is going to give you more of a Dior Sauvage vibe, more of a Prada Carbon, Bulgari Atlantique, that kind of vibe. I find that this is the best one. I often get criticized for it because they think that Dior Sauvage is so much better, but here's the deal. You can get 3 bottles of this for the price it'll cost you to get Dior Sauvage. Maybe not now since it's kind of been hyped a little bit, but maybe at least 2 bottles. Going back to this fragrance, guys, if you are looking for something that's a little more sophisticated and a little more catered to an older gentleman, this fragrance would work. Not saying a younger guy can't wear it, but if I were to choose between the two, which one would be more of an older guy's fragrance, this would be it. This leans more in the early 30s to 40s. This is probably late 20s, early 30s, but both of them, guys, will definitely work. Coming in at the 5 spot are both Versace Dylan Blue and Versace's Pour Homme. Coming in at number 4, guys, is a fragrance that I bought into and I have joined #ULTIME. The fragrance we're talking about, guys, is Yves Saint Laurent's L'HOMME ULTIME. L'HOMME ULTIME is one of the flankers from the L'HOMME line among the many flankers. It's actually my favorite. It has this really great metallic floral note is the best way I can describe it. It smells like if you took the vibe of a Zaro Chrome and like more floral men's fragrances and you mashed them together, you would get L'HOMME ULTIME. It does have a rose note in it. That's pretty much what's added from that original L'HOMME line. I love this stuff. I'm so glad James introduced me to this. It's really good, guys. Metallic rose is the best way I could describe this. Definitely check it out, guys. That's L'HOMME ULTIME. Dropping in firmly at the number 3 spot is a fragrance that I've been known to recommend a lot, and it's a fragrance that I will not stop recommending. Currently, it's probably one of my favorite springtime fragrances, but I'm gonna try to dabble in other fragrances, and this is definitely probably not gonna be the number 1 that I wear, but it'll definitely be reached for a lot, guys. Coming in at number 3 is 78 Vintage Green from Banana Republic. 78 Vintage Green kind of fits in the same vibe as a GIT or a Mugler Cologne in that green, fresh vibe. It's got a grassy vibe to it. It's also got a few fruity notes in it. It's not the greatest at projection and it doesn't have superior longevity, but for the price that you pay for this fragrance, the note breakdown is fantastic and the way it's composed is fantastic. And because of the kind of notes that are used in it, they tend to be fleeting after a while. But I just bought a brand new bottle of it, a brand new 2.5 ounce bottle for only $25. Currently up until I think the 12th or something like that, or maybe no, the 17th or something, this is 50% off. They're normally $48, which I think is still a good price, but $26 is what I paid after tax, guys. If you're looking for something that's gonna give you the same vibe as a Green Irish Tweed or a Mugler Cologne, that fresh green fragrance, Look no further than this guy. This will definitely get it done, guys. Coming in at number 3 is Vintage Green by Banana Republic. Coming in number 2, guys, is another tie, mainly because I just received this fragrance in the mail and I've already fallen in love with it. Already fallen in love with it. This fragrance is a much better Prada L'Homme in my opinion. Now I'm gonna get daggers, I'm gonna get hate mail, I'm gonna get dislikes for sure. But in my opinion, I think this one's better than Prada L'Homme and it's not even close. It does everything Prada L'Homme does with better lasting power. It's got a better scent cloud in my opinion, and it just smells like it's much better done. This is probably my favorite flanker from the line. A close one would be Dior Homme Sport 2017, but that's something I find that leans more towards summer or late spring, early summer, so it didn't make the list, but that's definitely one of them. And the other one, guys, is Lemonade. You gotta have Lemonade when it comes to spring, and that's Dior Homme Cologne. So coming in, guys, at number 2 is Dior Homme Eau and Dior Homme Cologne. Like I said about Dior Homme Eau, it's just a better Prada L'Homme. It's got that fresh, soapy, clean vibe. It feels like you've walked into a casino, hotel, resort in Vegas that's just super clean and has that great smell pumping into the air. They actually do that. Or maybe you just got to your room and you can smell it lingering in the air. It's just that really clean, inviting fragrance. That's what this does, and it does it better in my opinion than Prada L'Homme, which is the most popular fragrance for that kind of vibe. Also, Dior Homme Cologne does something that I find no other fragrance does in the Dior Homme line, and it brings me memories. It reminds me of being a young kid sitting on my great aunt's porch while she used to babysit me, drinking lemonade, smelling the fresh breeze from a spring day. This fragrance, guys, though, it doesn't last. And the projection is good for the first hour or so, but then it kind of sits close to the skin. I'll wear this one for me. If you're looking for a fragrance that you want to wear for you because you enjoy the fragrance and it's not something that you're trying to gain a bunch of attention by or garner a bunch of compliments, this is definitely one you should definitely check out. I just spray the crap out of it when I do wear it. I just really don't care. I definitely think both of these will work in the springtime, guys. Coming in at number 2 is Dior Homme Eau and Dior Homme Cologne. The fragrance that gets the trophy for #1 fragrance of springtime is ironically INVICTUS AQUA. This is the original formulation, not to be compared to the new formulation, because the newer formulation, they tried to get away from the bubblegum vibe more, and I find that it's less synthetic and probably more rounded, but at the same time, it doesn't do what this does. It doesn't last as long. It doesn't project as well. This is from limited testing, by the way. This is me smelling it in the mall, but I definitely think that this one's much better. If you do have this one, you should definitely hold on to it. Don't get rid of it. As you can see, guys, I only have half a bottle left, so I'm gonna use it sparingly, but it's definitely gonna be the one that I want to reach for the most. Carlos from Brooklyn Fragrance Lover definitely agree with me. It's also his #1 fragrance. I made this list right before I watched this video, and I was almost leaning towards not making it #1, so I didn't have to hear people tell me I was copying his list for some odd reason. But guys, this fragrance works. It does everything INVICTUS set out to do. It just doesn't come off as cloying. It's fresh and inviting. It does have a bubblegummy vibe. It is a younger, more youthful fragrance. So if you want to feel just happy-go-lucky and young again, this is definitely one you can reach for. It's quite pricey if you go look for it right now. You're looking to spend anywhere between $80 to $120 for a full bottle. If it's brand new in box, you're gonna spend more than that most likely. You can maybe find it on the fragrance groups, but you may get lucky like me and grab it in a swap. Guys, definitely check this one out. It's a definite winner when it comes to spring. It's a definite winner when it comes to pretty much any occasion, guys. Check it out, guys. That's INVICTUS AQUA. That about does it for me, guys. Just some news on some upcoming things. I'm gonna be doing a collaboration with my buddy Henry from the channel Classy Scents. We'll be doing a combo of our best niche spring fragrances. You'll definitely see some that we agree on, and there'll be some that we don't agree on. Anyway, guys, I thank y'all so much for coming by and watching this lengthy video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you check out some of these fragrances, because guys, I'm telling you, there definitely could be some good workhorses in your spring collection. Until next time, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Click the like icon if you like it. If you don't click it. And guys, I really do appreciate your time. As always, I'll smell you later. Peace.